Hey guys, I'm Uffe with TC, and I'm here with Pete Thorne to talk a little bit about the Nova system.
Cool.
That you're using.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to share a little bit about what your thoughts are on that and how you kind of use it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got one right when the unit came out, and right away took it to Japan to use on a one-off gig with a guy named Daniel Powder that I play with sometimes.
Okay.
And so it's a great unit for things like that because it's so small and compact, and yet it's great sounds in it. So I had this little pedal board built with the Nova system and a couple other things on it, and you know, you can throw it in your suitcase or whatever. I had a little road case made for a head and for the Nova, and you can just, like, you know, drop the Nova right in there, drop a little head in there, a few cables, and away you go, and you got your sounds when you get to the gig, you know, like with a bunch of pedals and cables, whatever. So it's pretty cool.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes, that was my thinking, that I would use it on like fly dates, you know, if I had to go somewhere and do like a one-off, like a television show or something out of town, I could take it. And,
rather than bring the full-on rig with all kinds of pedals and heads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the
Okay,
board.
cool. Yeah, so this is my little baby board right here. So basically what I've got on here is obviously, you know, Nova system. That's a volume and a wah in one pedal.
Oh, very cool.
So it's cool, yeah. So it's, you know, saves having both. And then I've got, just like on my G system rig, I've actually got an AB box that allows me, one side, the A side goes through the electric rig and out to an amp through the Nova system and stuff. And if I hit the pedal, it'll go out a DI, so I can plug an acoustic guitar in and use the same, you know, same board for my acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
I've got a tuner on there as well, and that's more for, the Nova has a good tuner in it. It's just more for, it's like force of habit and peace of mind and stuff, and it also mutes the whole thing, which is a nice thing. You know, I can mute my acoustic as well with it and stuff. So I just thought I'll just throw a regular tuner on there just for the heck of it. So
cool.
So that's it. But pretty much my thinking on the unit is the way a lot of guys are going to use it. You know, there's two ways you can use the unit. It has its own internal drive sounds, overdrives and distortions and whatnot. And of course, if you're going to use those, then you're going to want to run it in front of you know, an amplifier set, probably cleaned.
Yeah.
If you're clean to medium gain or something like that. There's another way you can use it, which is in the loop of an amplifier, like the effects loop of your favorite amp. But when you do that, then you're not going to be able to use the drive portion of the Nova system. Yeah. So, because of course you got to run drives in front of an amp.
Do you use the boost as well to kind of push your amp a little bit harder as well?
Sure. Yeah. You know, generally, I mean, my thinking is that, you know, you set the drive up for, you know, a nice overdrive, and then you can hit the boost for solos or for, you know, little parts you want to stand out and whatnot. Yeah. So the amplifier I'm using right now is my PT100 head, and I'm using just a clean channel. It's set quite clean. So it's kind of like a twin reverb type sound, you know, and you could probably get that type of sound out of a lot of different amps if you were, you know, renting an amp on a fly date or something. Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking set the amp up kind of clean and then use this guy for all your drive sounds and whatnot. So okay, the unit, Nova's basically switched out a line right now. So I can just start and step through a few different sounds. This is the overdrive portion of the Nova, so which is kind of, to me, sort of Tube Screamer-esque or something. Yeah. So if you got your amp set clean, it's real warm and very like analog sounding. It is analog, isn't it? It is analog. Yeah, it is analog.
That part of it is analog.
That's why it's analog sounding, because it is analog. But it sounds great, you know. And then you can switch in the boost, you know, on top of that. For some added, you know. Bit of added stuff, bit of added gain on top of there.
Nice.
So, of course, there's compression in the unit too. Bit of a compressor. If you use that, you know, it's cool for clean parts and for adding sustain to the drive. You know, for like a smooth sound. It's got a full complement of delays, like analog, tape, ducking delays, all kinds of. TC's, of course, known for their, you know, delay and modulation effects. And nice. That's like an analog echo I've got going. Modulation section's got tremolo and flange. Nice tremolo. Reverbs, of course. Okay, it doesn't have a dedicated like Leslie speaker simulator in it, but using a fast chorus and maybe a bit of EQ, you know, get a really great. Great kind of organ-y,
cool.
you know. Yeah, so that's nice. It's pretty dead on accurate. Really nice Leslie sound, so I came up with that patch. Okay, so this one's an overdrive I came up with a little bit more gain than the one on the other. Still just using the drive though. Bit of delay on there too. So that's the overdrive, not the distortion effect.
Yeah.
See what else I got going? This is a distortion now. Bit of delay. So it's obviously it's you know, just a little bit harder sounding distortion and you know, not quite as smooth, but a little bit more edgy. So
Yeah. So more for soloing and stuff.
More for soloing and stuff. This I thought kind of sounded like a Marshall JCM 800, so I called it JCM 800. Just a nice Marshall-y sound. That I made. You know, effects are really pristine, obviously. It's TC, so. TC makes really pristine sounding.
We try hard.
For your edge, like eighth note kind of delays, yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
Dotted eighth notes. Obviously the trails are like really pristine, you know, it's great. It sounds like.
Yeah, mine's not.
Yeah. So I've got that, and then this sound I kind of made to do like, I do a lot of stuff with like volume swells and stuff, so. So what you're hearing there is just some analog echo, and then with the vibrato as well in the modulation section. That gives you. Nice for ambience. You know? Yeah, it's really warm. You know, it's great. Good with the wah. So that's it. That's kind of how I use it, basically. Just I use it, you know, rent your favorite amp or whatever if you're on a fly date or whatever, or your favorite kind of readily available amp, twin or whatever, even like a Marshall set clean, and then run this in front and get your drives and all your effects out of it, and it works great.
Fantastic.
So that's how I use Nova.
Thanks for sharing, and thanks for having us.
Thanks.